Alright, let's be real and let's be honest. Your time may never come. And that's just the brutal, honest truth. But there's some reasons why you shouldn't quit on the things you are doing. Even if you don't make it to where you want to become. Even if you don't get to where you want to get to in life with that niche or that creative process or that skill you have. So the first point I already tackled is your time may never come. But the good thing about life is your time may come and you don't know when it will. And when it does, you have to be ready. However, my question to you is, if the time doesn't come for you to be a successful photographer, a successful painter, a successful gamer, a successful designer, whatever it is, fashion mogul, the thing is, do you stop doing what you are doing now? Do you quit? That lets you know if you really love it. And I feel like the people that really love it, it takes some skill, they say hard work, but I feel like also there comes a time where opportunity has to meet all of those things. And sometimes opportunity doesn't meet everybody, which is the truth. So if you don't meet that opportunity, will you stop? And I love life for this reason, is because we never know what's going to happen, or we never know the path that we have in front of us. So if we are dealing with reality around this creative thing that you are pursuing, think about how many people are chasing that same very thing. How many people are after the same goals you have, the same monetary goals you have, whatever it is, you want to create a certain product or a certain project, and people are trying to create that same project. Not even that. People are doing the same thing you are doing. People are better photographers than you, better painters, whatever creative you are, they are, and there's a lot of them. So when will my time come? I think the most important key is patience. You have to be ready. So with that being said, you have to be patient. I think you need to focus on the skill instead of focusing on when the time will come. Patience can cause you a lot, because you can get there too fast and not be ready and lose it all. But you can be very patient and be ready when it's time and continue growing in that field or whatever it is you're doing. Understand your weaknesses in that creative field that you're in. How can you get better at that while you are waiting to become who you want to become? Understand your strengths too. And how can you continue to strengthen those strengths that you already have? But the real key is patience. Like I said, neither one of us know what life has for any of us. So in the meantime, we have no choice. In reality, you don't really have a choice but to be patient. The third point I want to hit on is do the thing that your successful self would already do. Let me clarify. And you probably already know, but if you don't, I'm just going to clean it up. What would your successful self be doing at this point? What does your routine look like? Are you spending a bunch of hours watching TV? Are you spending a bunch of hours scrolling on your device? Are you spending too much time not doing anything? If I can tell you right now, let's keep it real. Your successful self is not just sitting around. Your successful self is probably getting it done. Of course, they make time to relax. Everybody needs that break. However, The amount of time that Americans just sit around and do nothing after work because they feel like they deserve it, and then they complain about where they are not, it's out of this world. And you have to really put in that time to actually get to where you're going. It's not just going to pop up, because it, like I said, if it pops up and you're not ready, you lose everything. It's all for nothing. So do what your successful self is already doing. Whether it's making a routine to hit the gym, making a routine to get out and shoot more, making a routine to do YouTube more, I'm not sure, whatever it is you're doing. Make it a routine to be more productive. Have a plan, have a goal, write it down, execute. And don't just write it down, but actually execute. Another thing that's very, very important is to already do that thing that your successful self is already doing. So you build a routine while you're waiting. And then when it happens, you'll already be prepared. I feel like a lot of people meet the opportunity and then they don't actually end up being prepared, and they lose what they actually wanted the whole time because they wasn't prepared. They didn't have the routine. They didn't have the consistency. They didn't have the drive, the will, whatever it is. And last but not least, keep it in the back of your mind to celebrate your wins. Now, I'm not saying to live in the past and thinking you want to go back to the past, but keep in mind of where you are and where you're going. I guarantee you were at a point before where you wish you were right now. So keep that in mind the next time you get to a point where you just want to give up or whatever it is, and you are running out of patience of trying to become who you actually want to become. Think about what you went through before. You got through this before, and you can get through it now. And whatever field you're in, creative wise, life tip, and even though this obstacle may be harder than anything you've probably went through before, you still can get through it. So celebrate those wins as you go on, but don't live there. We know loss hurt more than wins actually help, but you have to keep going, and you have to have something that's going to push you forward. And I feel like the wins, consistency, the motivation, all of these things put together can actually help you become who you want to become, so when the opportunity meets you, you'll be ready. So with all that being said, love yourself and also love the art that you create.